remember seeing Fight Club when it came out, and I think I've seen it once before again, and also doing the rounds of video essays or video analysis essays that are floating around for various reasons. Back when I first saw it, and then the subsequent revisits over the years, I was watching it from the comfort of my bubble. The bubble of a relationship, a secure job, mortgage, not a huge mortgage, kids going to school, apart from close friends who might have been privy to certain details of the ongoing issues with the relationship that I was in. Apart from that, from the outside, my life probably looked relatively normal, relatively standard, relatively successful. Depending on how you measured success, everyone's got their own ways of measuring success. Yeah, so Fight Club, right? So I was watching Fight Club from the comfort of my bubble, and yeah, it was cool, and Tyler Durden and all the quotes from Fight Club, first rule of Fight Club. But it didn't really mean much. It was just a movie. It was a story. But the last few years in my own personal life, my existence and reality, that bubble that I was in burst. When your bubble bursts, when your comfort bubble bursts, first it was the relationship, then it was the friendship circle, the long-standing friendship circle, as a result of the relationship, as a result of the separation. And then it was the job loss, the redundancy. Well, they called it a redundancy. They didn't have the processes in place to do anything else. Admittedly, my enthusiasm for that particular role probably had waned, and my enthusiasm for that life, the career life, the corporate life, had probably waned. 25 years of the corporate life. And yeah, I was doing it to earn the money, to support the mortgage, to support the family, and to do what I thought I had to do to get through. And everything was stable, but then it wasn't. So as a result of the bubble bursting, I then brought into question my identity, because my identity had been shaped over the years based on relationship, friendships, career, job, company I worked for, money I was able to spend on things, maintaining a lifestyle. Yeah, probably more so maintaining someone else's lifestyle. I wasn't too fussed. So yeah, there was pressure to maintain a certain level of status. And obviously keeping kids fed and clothed and activities and sports and treats and toys and stuff like that. So yeah, everything had been taken away, and I got so while I still had the job, I after the separation, I got a job. I got a house. Sorry, as a result of the splitting of the assets, I bought a house. I ended up with a bigger mortgage than I had before because I wanted a nice house for the kids and blah blah blah. But that hasn't actually worked out well either, which is not really relevant to this, but then I question, what exactly am I doing now, and who am I doing all of this for? And I just came to the realization that finally, once in my life, the first time in a very, very long time, I was able to make decisions purely based on what I felt was the right thing to do for me, not for anybody else, not even for my kids. My kids are fine. My kids are fine. They're going to be fine. So I deleted my LinkedIn profile. Yeah, I was applying for jobs back in the industry that I had been in, and I was getting close, but I wasn't getting it. I obviously hadn't landed it. I didn't land a job. I was getting a little bit disillusioned, a little bit tired of it all. And to be honest, I didn't really want to go back into the industry. I was only doing it for the money. For the kids. That was it. That was it. That was it. I was wanting to get the job that I had for the money that I had, just for the kids. I don't even want a relationship. I don't even want the money to try and impress women and go on dates and stuff with women. Like, that's the last thing I want to do. Absolutely the last thing I want to do. I want to focus on my own development, my own growth, my own creative passions, my own creative outlets. I actually want to focus on things that I never did when I was younger. Creative things that I didn't do because whatever, excuses. Yeah, so I'm going back to the beginning, and I'm not really caring about a career now. I mean, why? So yeah, going back to Fight Club. So now, seeing Fight Club for what it is, and when you're left with nothing, the freedom that it gives you, because you're not tied to anything anymore. Not tied to a relationship. I'm not tied to a career or a job because I feel like I need to have that career to maintain a certain status within my circle or within society or whatever it might be. And to be honest with you, I'm just getting sick of the noise, man. The Western culture noise. The Western culture noise. Advertising has us chasing cars and clothes, working jobs we hate, so we can buy shit we don't need. As the Buddhists say, with desire comes suffering. Life is suffering. If we can reduce our desires, we can reduce our suffering. I have reduced most of my desires. I've reduced the desire for a relationship. I've reduced the desire for a house. I've reduced the desire to buy things. So I don't feel like I need to have the money to buy stuff, buy nice things. Yeah, it's nice. It's nice to buy nice things. As someone said to me recently, another quote from Fight Club: "It's not the car you drive. You aren't the car you drive. You're not the job you have." Something like that, isn't it? So yeah, here we are. So what's my next move? Well, these things don't happen overnight. Decisions can be made in a heartbeat as a result of a series of events that may have happened. So the relationship, the friends, the job, not being able to get back into the career, really because I didn't want to anyway. So I'd sort of manifested that by not being 100% committed to wanting that. And then last week, deleting my LinkedIn profile. There were certain decisions that are made without thinking. So deleting the profile, I didn't think about it, I just did it. What's next? Well, I've got a couple of casual jobs which are just keeping me integrated into the machine, but not as heavily invested in the machine. And they're fun. The people are cool. It's, don't have to think too much. It's minimum wage. Do I care what people think? No. Do I care that people are going to look down on me? Do I care about anyone else's opinion? Absolutely not. And the people that I do care about don't have an opinion about the job that I have. And anyone else for that matter is just noise. More noise. So yeah, escaping the noise. So I say the white trash noise. Yeah, I'm white trash, that's right. Not white trash, I shouldn't say that. But the Western noise, the consumerism noise, the capitalism noise. It's funny, one of these jobs I've got is doing stock taking, and we go along to different shops, brand heavy shops, and just counting all these different items, clothing and brand items. And you know, you go into one shop and there's like 3,000 single items of clothing and accessories, and that's just one shop in one shopping centre. It's all branded, and some of these items are like, you know, $300 for a jacket or a jumper. That noise, that's noise. That's noise. That's desire. Yeah, I bought into that. I bought into that for years and years and years. I was the brand guy. I was the brand guy. Yeah, buy me the brand. Shape my identity through my brand. What for though? To what ends? Where do we end up with that? The branded jacket, the nice outfit. Turn up to the Feel Good Inc. Gorillas. I'll have to check that out actually. Feel Good Inc. It ultimately comes down to our personal choice of what makes us feel good. And that's fine. Each to their own. Everybody can choose to live their life how they want to live. And that's fine. I'm certainly not preaching. I'm certainly not pulling anyone over the coals for being a brand person or consuming or partaking in the capitalist machine. Do whatever rocks your boat. But it's okay not to be a part of that. It's okay to challenge and question. That aspect of what it means to be alive and what it means to live. It seems quite strange. I'm just driving through. Well, this morning I was driving through a big major capital city in peak hour, and more than ever it just hit me how absurd it all is. How absurd it is. It's so absurd. I lived in that bubble for so long. Sure, we can't switch overnight. You've got to make plans. You got to sell what you've got. Make sure you've got enough money to then do the next phase of your life, whatever that might be. But I think ultimately it comes down to giving yourself permission. Give yourself permission to give yourself permission. We need to give ourselves permission. Doesn't matter if anyone else gives you permission or if they don't give you permission. It's up to you to give yourself permission. You are the ultimate gatekeeper of your own decisions. You are the ultimate choice maker. No one else. Can't blame anyone else. You can't wait for anybody else. It's just you, man. No one's gonna save you. It's just you. It's just you.